In the calm and quiet suburbs just outside of Washington, D.C., something deadly is brewing beneath the surface. A dangerous and merciless game of cat and mouse is about to erupt, right here in the seemingly peaceful streets. The most vicious Mexican drug cartel, the kind you've only heard of in terrifying headlines, has set its sights on what they believe is an easy target, a luxurious mansion tucked away in Ironwood Valley. But oh, how wrong they are. They're convinced they're dealing with nothing more than a harmless politician, a weak piece in their ruthless game. But little do they know, they've chosen the wrong woman to mess with. Karoline Leavitt isn't your average, fragile government official.
No.
She's a storm in disguise, a force sharpened by years inside the chaos of American politics. As the youngest White House press secretary in history, she's faced brutal media attacks, survived political conspiracies, and navigated scandals that would break most people. But tonight, she's facing something entirely different, a death threat straight from the Mexican cartel. This isn't your typical war story of guns and gangs.
No.
This is about how the most powerful, blood-soaked cartel in the Western Hemisphere is about to get schooled. Not by an army, but by one woman who knows how to weaponize intelligence, technology, and nerves of steel. A woman who proves that sharp minds and sharper strategy can crush brute force. And she's not alone. By her side are three people she trusts with her life. Mark, a beast in close combat, trained to kill but loyal to protect. Leia, a tech wizard who can crack any system before you can blink. And James, the jamming specialist, ex-military, who knows how to dismantle an enemy before they even pull the trigger. Together, in just 3 days, this unlikely squad will flip the cartel's master plan on its head, using nothing but a fortified mansion, tactical brilliance, and the kind of experience that only comes from standing toe-to-toe with the world's most dangerous players. What they're about to do will turn Karoline's quiet estate into something legendary, forbidden ground that no enemy ever wants to cross again. But before we dive into this high-stakes showdown, comment below where you're watching from. Let me know your city, your country. I love seeing how far these stories travel. And of course, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single twist in our next stories.
Now picture this.
Inside that glowing white mansion, late at night, in a room lit only by the cold light of a laptop screen, Karoline Leavitt sits quietly in her private study. The faint click of her fingers tapping the keyboard echoes off the marble walls. Her sharp, calculating eyes scan lines of information, her expression unreadable, almost too calm. You'd never guess from the outside, with its bulletproof glass doors, sleek polished floors, and fancy garden lights, that this estate is more than a luxury home. It's a fortress, a trap disguised as beauty. Outside, the night is restless. The wind howls between the trees, almost like it's trying to warn her. Then her phone vibrates. The screen flashes with an encrypted FBI message. Cartel en route. Revenge hit. 30 minutes out. Her heart rate jumps for a split second, but her face doesn't flinch. She's been here before. She knows exactly why they're coming. Karoline has spent years backing the president's anti-cartel policies, and that has made her the enemy. They want to make an example of her, to prove no one is safe, not even the people standing at the center of American power. But what they don't realize is,
she's ready.
And she's been waiting. Without wasting a second, Karoline rises from her chair, her heels clicking sharply against the marble floor as she strides down the hallway. At the end of the hall, she pauses at an old painting. Her fingers gently press a corner of the frame.
Click.
A hidden door slides open without a sound, revealing a high-tech control room. The screens flicker to life, each one showing different angles of her estate. The front gate, the shadowy driveway, the rolling backyard hills. Every inch of her home is covered in motion sensors, pressure traps, and tech surprises that would make any cartel operative sweat. Her eyes narrow as she spots them. Black SUVs creeping in the distance, headlights off, crawling like predators. Half a mile away, on a dirt road that only locals know, the SUV doors swing open and shadows emerge, tall, cold, fast-moving men with weapons tucked beneath their jackets. At the front of the group is a man Karoline instantly recognizes. Felix Reyes. A ruthless cartel boss whose name she's seen plastered all over intelligence reports. Eyes like steel, hands drenched in blood, sunglasses hiding the darkness even at night. Felix whispers to his team through his walkie-talkie. She's inside. Quick and clean. No traces. Alive if possible, dead if not. His team, 15 killers, splits into 3 deadly groups. One moves for the front gate with knives and silenced pistols. Another circles the back wall with explosives. The third hangs back, ready to swoop in or cover the escape. They move like shadows, like predators who believe they own the night. But Karoline? She's watching them. Every step, every breath. She counts them one by one, noting their tactics. These aren't street thugs. No, they're cartel veterans, trained killers from Sinaloa and CGNG, men who've survived dozens of gunfights. Felix's voice cuts through the radio again. Cut the power. You've got 5 minutes. One assassin steps to the fence's electrical box, pulling out wire cutters, but Karoline's fingers are already flying across her keyboard. Before he can even snip a wire, her backup power system surges online, cameras humming, lights steady. On her screen, a red dot blinks, motion sensors triggered. She leans back, a faint smile curling on her lips. "You think I'm unprepared?" she whispers under her breath. Outside, Felix's men slice through the steel fence. They think the darkness is their cover. They have no idea they've already walked into her web. And while they sneak forward, thinking they've outsmarted her, her allies are closing in. A distant engine hums. Not the cartels. This one is different.
Fast. Silent.
Determined. A silver SUV tears down the hidden road, headlights off. Inside, gripping the wheel like a man on a mission, is Mark Hudson, Karoline's most trusted protector, a former Secret Service agent who's seen more danger than most people can imagine. His salt and pepper hair, square jaw, and steely eyes are locked on the horizon. 3 minutes out, he says calmly into his earpiece. Next to him, typing furiously on her laptop, is Leah Smith, the tech mastermind. She's already hacked the local traffic grid, rerouted street signals, cleared their path, and pulled up every street cam in the area. 3 vehicles spotted. They think they're ghosts, she mutters, eyes darting over her screens. In the back seat, locked and loaded, sits James Carter, the military mind of the team. Ex-Army, now Karoline's ally. He checks his gear, a jamming device, a handgun, and a pocket full of tactical tricks. If they breach the wall, we hold them here, James says coolly. When Karoline's encrypted text hit their phones minutes ago, they're here.
Assemble now.
None of them hesitated. This team, this family, mobilized like a seasoned unit. Inside the mansion, Karoline hears them arrive. She types a command. The east gate, hidden from view, slides open silently. Mark's SUV slips through, straight into the underground garage. The door slams shut behind them like a vault. They jump out, armed with gear bags, non-lethal weapons, smoke traps, and Leia's remote controls. Karoline meets them at the entrance of the bunker, her heels echoing like a clock ticking down to war. Mark steps beside her, scanning the surveillance feeds over her shoulder. They're in the front yard. Second team planting explosives at the back wall. Felix is here. Karoline doesn't blink. Good. He thinks I'm weak. Let's teach him otherwise. Leia plugs her laptop into the mansion's defense system, syncing the tech traps. Smoke screens ready. Nerve gas loaded. What's about to happen will turn this quiet suburban estate into a battleground the cartel will never forget.